You were never beaten. You were never starved. You had a roof over your head, clothes on your back, maybe even toys under the Christmas tree. So why does it feel like something inside you is permanently broken? You push people away right when they get close. You sabotage yourself right when life starts going well. You lie awake at 3 a.m. replaying a conversation from 6 years ago, trying to figure out what you did wrong. You have no dramatic story to tell, no single moment you can point to and say, that is where it started. But something started, somewhere, and it is running your life from the shadows. What if the most dangerous trauma is not the kind you remember, but the kind your mind decided to hide from you? Most people think trauma means abuse, a violent parent, a catastrophic event, something that leaves a visible scar. But psychology tells a very different story. Trauma is not always what happened to you. Sometimes trauma is what never happened, but should have. No one told you they were proud of you. Not once. Not in a way you could feel. No one sat with you when you cried and said, "It is okay to feel this. You are safe." No one noticed when you were struggling because you learned very early to make yourself invisible, to not be a burden, to be the easy child. That silence, that absence, that emotional emptiness dressed up as a stable household. That is trauma too. The problem is, you cannot point to it. You cannot explain it. So you spend your whole adult life feeling broken without knowing why. And then feeling guilty for feeling broken, because nothing that bad even happened to me. When something painful happens to a child, especially repeatedly, the brain does something remarkable. It buries it, not because the brain is careless, but because it is trying to keep you functional. A child cannot process the idea that the person they depend on for survival is also the source of their pain. That is too dangerous, so the brain compartmentalizes. It seals it off. It lets you keep going. And here is the part no one tells you. Those sealed memories do not disappear. They just go underground. They stop being memories and start being patterns, reflexes, automatic reactions that fire before your conscious mind even has a chance to catch up. You do not remember being made to feel small. But now, whenever someone criticizes you, even gently, your body floods with shame before your brain can process a single word. You do not remember learning that love always comes with conditions. But now, every time someone is kind to you, a quiet voice whispers, "What do they want from me?" The memory is gone, but the wound is not. And that wound is making every decision for you before you even realize it. Let me give you 4 patterns, not as a diagnosis, but as a mirror. The first one is hyper-independence. You do everything alone. You do not ask for help, even when you are drowning. Needing someone felt dangerous once, so you decided to never need anyone again. You call it strength, but if you are honest, it is armor. The second pattern is emotional numbing. You are not sad, you are not happy, you are just fine, always fine. People ask how you are and you say fine and you mean it, because you genuinely cannot access anything deeper. You stopped feeling intensely because at some point, feeling intensely hurt too much. People ask how you are and you say fine and you mean it, because you genuinely cannot access anything deeper. You stopped feeling intensely because at some point, feeling intensely hurt too much. You feel physically anxious when someone around you is upset, even if it has nothing to do with you. You became so good at reading other people's moods as a survival mechanism that now you cannot stop doing it, even when you are safe. The fourth pattern is self-sabotage. You get close to something good and something in you pulls the emergency brake. Because deep down, you were taught that good things do not last, that you do not deserve them, or that being visible is dangerous. These are not personality flaws. These are adaptations. They kept you safe once. They are just still running in a life where you no longer need them. Daniel was 32 years old, successful by every external measure. A good job, his own apartment, friends who liked him. But every relationship he had ended the same way. Things would go well for a few months. Then the other person would start to feel close, really close, and Daniel would find a reason to leave. His therapist asked him once, "What does it feel like right before you pull away?" Daniel thought about it for a long time. Then he said, "It feels like I am about to get in trouble, like something bad is about to happen and I need to get ahead of it." He grew up with a father who was emotionally unpredictable, not abusive, not cruel, just inconsistent. Some days warm and present, other days cold and distant, for no reason Daniel could ever figure out. As a child, Daniel learned to watch his father's face the moment he walked through the door, to scan for signals, to adjust himself accordingly. He never got hit. He was never told he was unloved. But he spent his entire childhood waiting for the warmth to disappear. And it always did. He never forgot that lesson. His mind just stopped calling it a memory and started calling it instinct. Here is what most videos like this will not tell you. Knowing this is not enough to fix it. You can understand everything I have just said. You can nod along, feel seen, share this with 3 people you know, and tomorrow morning you will still flinch when someone raises their voice. You will still feel that pull to disappear when someone loves you too openly. The memory is gone. The pattern remains. Understanding the root does not automatically undo the pattern, because these patterns are not stored in the part of your brain that processes language and logic. They are stored in the body, in the nervous system, in the part of you that is older and faster and more primal than any thought you have ever had. This is why you cannot think your way out of trauma. You have tried. You know you have tried. You have to move through it differently, through the body, through repetition, through safe relationships that slowly teach your nervous system you are not in danger anymore. It is slow. It is not linear. And it requires something that childhood trauma makes almost impossible: the willingness to trust the process even when every instinct tells you to run. You are not broken, you are adapted. Every wall you built made sense once. Every defense mechanism you developed was your mind trying to keep a small child safe in a world that felt unpredictable. But you are not that child anymore. And those walls that once protected you are now the walls of a prison. The first step, the only first step, is to stop telling yourself that nothing happened. Something happened. Maybe it was loud, maybe it was silent, maybe it was an absence rather than an event, but it shaped you. And the fact that you cannot remember it does not mean it does not deserve to be seen. You deserve to be seen, even, especially, by yourself. If any part of this felt familiar, that recognition is not a coincidence. That is your mind finally being allowed to name something it has been carrying for a very long time. You do not have to have the worst story in the room to deserve healing. Pain does not need to win a competition to be real. Healing is not about becoming a different person. It is about becoming safe enough to finally be yourself. That is the work, not fixing yourself. Returning to yourself. The self that existed before the world taught you to be afraid of who you are. If this video reached something in you, sit with that. You do not have to do anything with it right now. Just let yourself feel it. That alone is already the beginning. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. You deserve that too.